Dawson Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Manticore Megazord from Power Rangers Mysice Force. So this is, I don't want to say the second Megazord, but it's like the second main Megazord in the series, which corresponds with their Legend mode, and the Red Ranger transforms into this, and the other four get lumped into a Lion. But anyway, so this Megazord does have some electronic features. Mine don't 100% work properly, but I'm going to try to my best to explain what it's supposed to do. That makes it sound like it's really hard to explain what it's going to do, but it's not. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and take a look at them. So as you can see right now, the bird's on top of it, which is a feature of how it would transform together, but it just kind of saves space to do it anyway. But we'll take a look at it on its own first. So this is the Pheonix, and you could have its arms out like this, and this piece here, as you can see, is its tail here, and there's like a handle on it because it's going to be the sword, or the, not sword, it's like a staff device. But anyway, this is the Pheonix. It's a pretty cool looking Zord. I kind of dig it. I really dig the face sculpt on it here. His mouth is like in a permanently fixed position, so you can't move it up and down or anything like that. As you can see here, there's like a flame clear effect here for the wings. There's like these little like shiny pog stickers on here. As you can see, these pieces are out here as well. That's for like when you put his arms down like this, so he can stand and like do this archway thing, if you want to. So you can have him like that. And there is, I believe this came with like some display or like some extra pieces for some sort of extra thing. I just don't have them. I don't remember exactly what they were and what I did with them. It was just like I wasn't really interested in it, so like back in the day when I got it, I just kind of did away with it. But yeah, so you can sort of have it displayed in this archway. You could have it going over this. You could have it going over train tracks. I don't know what your life is, but yeah, that's what you can do. And they do fold up, so if you don't want it like that, whoops, wrong way. I don't know why I was going that way, but you can do that. And then also his legs do move. I just had him back for transformation. But let's go ahead and we'll set him aside for a second, because that's really all he does. You have this little button here, and like his arms are going to be able to when he rides on top of the lion. That was extremely technical speak. I know, like, I had to slow down there for a second when I said I'm going to put him on there. His arms are going to go. So like if you wanted to write that down, is spelled V-U-E-E-E, I think. I'm no speller. But anyway, here's the lion, which is basically the bulk of the thing. And as you can see, he's pretty obvious about what he is. He is a toy Zord, and there's no getting around it. You can see there's this like giant motorized pack under here, which is like where these wheels are, where he gets his movement from. You got the legs here. One thing that's kind of neat is there's like this. See if we can look at it. It almost looks like a chain. I think it probably is in the show, but like it's like a solid plastic piece here, but it gives you that chain vibe right here. It's actually, you can see there's some cool designs of their logo and sort of mystical stuff going on. And then you got his head here, which frequently flops forward because of the way his transformation works. If we zoom in here, we can see that his mouth actually can open and close a bit. Rawr, I'm a lion. Actual lion dialogue. But yeah, he's honestly really basic. He's just very few different colors about him. Nothing really spectacular. You can see on each side there's a different color corresponding for each ranger. So green, pink, blue, yellow, which is kind of neat. But yeah, you can see there's a giant motor here. So on the back here, he has an on-off switch for moving. I might even end up needing to move Pheonix out of here just temporarily because I don't have very much space to do stuff with. So you pull it up and you turn it on, and this will stay like this, and it'll just make this noise. If you have this switch on the bottom here, switch like this. Now if you let it go free, then hold your horses, then it'll move, and you can see his little lion feet kicking and like tearing up the review station. So we're gonna have none of that. And place it in the middle and turn it off. And these are sort of different speeds up and down, and they usually correspond with being able to transform into the Megazord mode. Like I said, if you want it to just stay still, hold that there, and it'll just do that. Now, what's supposed to happen is here when you press this switch, as you can see, it stops it. But what you're supposed to happen is when it's in one of the modes is you're supposed to press this down, or more accurately, the Pheonix is supposed to press it, and he rises up and transforms himself. I don't know why mine is busted. In fact, when I was doing prep for this, I thought the whole thing was busted as it wasn't working, but then I like manually transformed it and it like something clicked and it started working. So yeah, when you put the Pheonix on top of here, or when you press this button, it is supposed to rise up and transform. So I'm sorry I don't get to actually show that accurately. But one thing I can show, if we can get him to not run away so frequently, you can just stop him. Boom, look at that. No, no. So it's like disciplining your lion. Okay, so oh, that's the wrong switch. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's what happens when you give me multiple switches. Okay, so yeah, that's what he can do. Other than being able to transform himself, he can run across, his little legs will move, and like as you saw, the bottom piece was basically his motor. But anyway, so take this piece off here, which is going to be his weapon, and then we'll place him on top, and there's actually little magnets here that correspond to these top magnets, and go like that. And then what you're supposed to do, see, those will rise up on their own when you do the manual transformation, or the electronic transformation. Fold these down and you'll see this head will pop up. In fact, I want to show that. Let's pan up a little bit more. So when you just sort of basically rise them up, the head will reveal itself, and then you flip these around. Whoops. There we go. Wrong way. And you get the little hands. And then the weapon here is very simple. You basically just fold it out, and then there's this little piece here to snap on. And I always take it off and then put it in there, and you have the weapon. And then fold these little things out because you really don't need them there. I don't know if you saw, but I was closing down the little stands for the Pheonix. But there you have the Manticore Megazord, which I do like the design of it, but he's definitely one of those like bulky bricks. Well, the camera, the stand just totally went wonky. But anyway, especially because of his transformation, he's very blocky to be sure. But he does look pretty cool, like in certain instances. Like on display, it can look pretty depressive. It can look pretty depressive, guys. Pretty impressive, like with the cool wings and stuff. And I do dig it on display, but it's definitely got some blocky stuff. And the main thing is like this gap here, which I never really noticed all that much before. But yeah, that's like the main thing. But otherwise, I still think he looks pretty decent on display. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, all he can really do is move his arms a smidge and then have a weapon. But overall, I still think this is a pretty solid Megazord. If you like the design, oops, sorry about that. I still think he does a pretty solid job of representing it, but he's definitely a little bit more of a, I don't want to use clunky if that's the right word, but just kind of blocky and a little bit obvious in certain areas, which is just kind of annoying depending on what your reasoning for getting the toy is. Like I said, this part's the main thing that bothers me. But overall, I still think it's a solid display piece for a Zord. And honestly, the electronic features are kind of neat. I mean, especially like for kids, I mean, they probably like the lion moving across type deal. But I think that should it work properly, the instant transformation thing is kind of neat. So overall, I'd say a solid Mysice Force Megazord that I can recommend you at least checking out depending on what you're looking for a Mysice Force or Magi Ranger collection. But anyway, until next time, make sure you have the Crazy Podcast at WritersRangeRambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.